Hello, Unbreak Me here with a look at an absolutely legendary LEGO Technic set from the 9-volt era. This is the 8421 mobile crane, and it actually comes with the very rare buggy motor, a very highly desired motor simply because look at how powerful it is. Wow, I mean, that's insane. Considering that this set was released in 2005, it actually looks really incredible. It almost looks as good as the modern LEGO Technic sets. Let's start with the most interesting stuff first. On top of the chassis, you do have a superstructure of sorts, which can rotate a full 360 degrees or more because it is actually on a turntable. On the right side of the superstructure, you will notice two switches. This switch over here controls the pneumatic actuators of the actual crane. If you push the switch forwards, the pneumatic actuators will retract, essentially bringing the crane down. But if you push this switch backwards right over here, and then you start manually pumping the air, you can make the crane go back up, which is really cool. One thing I love about the pneumatics of this 8421 mobile crane is that these pneumatic actuators are actually two separate pneumatic actuators connected into one, and it serves just like a singular unit, a singular pneumatic actuator, which in my opinion is incredibly cool. And whenever you want to have a longer extension of pneumatic actuators, you can definitely implement sort of this building technique into your own LEGO Technic creations. The cool thing about the 8421 mobile crane is that it actually does have a gearbox, so if the lever is up over here, the driving ring is not engaged into anything, but the axle is always connected to the string, so it does always control it no matter what. If you push this button over here on the battery box, the string will extend, and if you push this button, the string will come back up. This is a really cool functionality of the mobile crane, but what actually happens if you engage the gearbox? Well, as soon as you push this button over here on the battery box, the crane will extend while also lowering the cargo piece. The actuating motion of this mobile crane is incredibly nice. What I really appreciate about this mobile crane is that not only this part extends, but also the top part over here extends. Now the top part is not connected using any gears or linear actuators or anything like that. Essentially just has two strings going all the way around, and these two strings are connected to this point over here, and so whenever the bottom part extends, naturally the top part also extends. This is a really incredible and a really genius mechanism that I think a lot of LEGO Technic builders are definitely going to be inspired by. So can it actually lift some cargo? It is sort of a little bit hindered by the clutch gear over here, but if we were to sort of lower the crane and then use pneumatics to raise the cargo, then it works perfectly. And raising small amounts of cargo like this 2021 air race plane over here, it can do that perfectly. It can do that flawlessly. The top superstructure definitely has a lot of play to it, and the top superstructure can also be rebuilt into this B model, which is incredibly cool. But now I want to take a look at the chassis part of the 8421 mobile crane. So these wheels over here in the middle are connected to a differential which drives the V6 fake piston engine over here. It's a really cool function which is standard among a lot of different LEGO Technic sets. If we turn the back gear over here, you can see that the wheels turn. And what I really like about the turning of the wheels is that actually the front pair of wheels turns a lot more than this pair of wheels, which in my opinion is incredibly cool. Now this is done because there is actually a speed increase gear ratio inside of the whole turning mechanism. This is a really incredible and a really genius mechanism for a mobile crane LEGO Technic set. And if we spin this gear over here, you can see that the legs of the mobile crane actually come down to sort of lock it in place, and then after you lock it in place, obviously you can play with the top superstructure. This is a really cool functionality and really realistic of actual mobile cranes in real life. I do appreciate the level of detail and really the level of authenticity that this mobile crane has. I will tell you that this mobile crane looks absolutely incredible. A lot of people, look at the studs over here and they're instantly gonna complain, but you really have to put yourself in the mindset that what if right now, instead of 2021, it were 2005, and you saw this right now get released in 2005. You would probably be shocked by the level of playability and the level of detail and the level of authenticity that the mobile crane offers. I do really appreciate the authenticity of the cabin here. It's really well detailed for the time, and I do like the overall aesthetic of it. I will say that these pieces over here are relatively unique, because I have never seen these particular pieces used in LEGO Technic before, or even in any LEGO set, so these pieces are unique. I do really appreciate that the chassis of the LEGO Technic 8421 has a lot of densely compacted mechanisms. Like, you can see sort of the turning axle over here, and you can see the part that extends and lowers the legs of the actual mobile crane. This is all really cool, and you can see the V6 engine part. You know, all these three functionalities are combined into one chassis, and this is just really incredible. So what are the pros and the cons of the LEGO Technic 8421 mobile crane? Well, for the pros, it actually does include the legendary 9-volt buggy motor from LEGO Technic. Honestly, after first-hand experiencing the real power of the LEGO Technic buggy motor, I think I'm gonna collect the entire LEGO Technic RC system, and then I'm gonna modify all my LEGO Technic sets. I'm gonna have super fast LEGO Technic cars. Man, like, why don't they just bring back this motor? Like, this motor was so incredible, it was so powerful, and, you know, right now the motors are kind of slow and basic. One thing worth mentioning about this crane, this is not a con in any way, in fact, this is a major pro. This piece over here is made of metal. It's just so durable, like it's much more durable than any plastic, and it provides a good amount of weight for the crane too. I really wish that they would bring back some more metal pieces from LEGO Technic. And the third pro is, well, nostalgia. Honestly, like, when I was building this set, even though I did not have this particular LEGO Technic set from 2005, I did own several LEGO sets from 2005 and above. So around that era, you know, all the building techniques, the way the instructions are laid out, the color of the gears, the color of the pieces, the black 2-stud pins, all of these are just super nostalgic, and they brought me back a lot of memories when I was playing with LEGO as a kid. So what are the cons of the 8421 mobile crane? Well, I can only really think of one. The gearbox here does not control independently two different functions. Essentially just have the main function, which is sort of like hardwired into the motor, which is dropping and elevating of the cargo piece over here. When you engage the gearbox, you also have a secondary function which works together with the main function, that is the extension of the whole crane over here. I do wish that these functions were independent. I also want to say just how thankful I am and just how happy I am, because there is more than 5,600 of you that are subscribed. That is an incredible milestone, and words cannot express just how happy I am and just how thankful I am. So, thank you very much. What do you think of the LEGO Technic 8421 mobile crane? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and also have a list of the LEGO Technic Summer 2021 sets, so make sure to click on the video right over here. This is your Unbreak Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.